doing? And welcome to the show, formerly known as the Sports Ride. I've come up with some information from another podcast, so I'm not going to beef with them. Let's get our creative juices going, and we'll come up with a new name for this. So I'm sitting here riding, and I'm not riding by myself. Joining me again, and like I said to everyone, we got some stuff in the works, me and Riley. Me and Riley going to be jumping off for some high school football podcast coming very soon. I think we might make some announcements this week. No, Riley, I don't think we're making announcements. I know we're making announcements.
That's the mentality.
Keep me straight, will you? Keep me straight.
I'm trying.
It's a full-time job. But it's gonna be off the chain because, like I say, I've been covering high school sports officially now for 1 year. It's been 1 year since I started covering the high school football last year, and it's just been a blast meeting the coaches and all the kids. So when you came to me with that idea about doing a high school football show, it was a no-brainer. I've been waiting for something like this. So we will be dropping some stuff definitely this week. So pay attention to One Car Productions Facebook page, YouTube page, Instagram page, TikTok page, everywhere, baby, everywhere. And we will start rolling this thing, and it's going to be a beautiful fall. We got some sad news on the opening slate today. I got some RIPs. I don't just throw RIPs out, but Don Nelson, NBA legend Don Nelson, passed August 9th. And Don Nelson, big part of my childhood. He was a beast with the Celtics. Even though he was a sixth man, Riley, he was a sixth man and got his number retired by the Celtics. When you look in the rafters at Boston and see the names up there, you wouldn't think you see a sixth man up there. But that's how much Don Nelson helped in them 5 championships he helped win in Boston. Don Nelson also 45-year NBA career. He was 31 years as a coach and 14 years as a player. When Don Nelson retired, Riley, he did what every good retirement plan should be. He went to Maui, Hawaii. He gone. Been there ever since.
I mean, 45 years with the NBA. I would love to relax after that too. Goodness. 14 seasons playing is impressive for any sport, let alone basketball.
Yes. He was a 3-time coach of the year on top of 5-time world champion as a player. He's got 1,335 wins, which is number 2 all time. I believe Lenny Wilkins is number 1. He coached Milwaukee, the New York Knicks, the Dallas Mavericks, and the Golden State Warriors, which a lot of people remember him coaching the Warriors because Don Nelson had a lot to do with Golden State drafting Steph Curry in 2007. The management didn't want Steph. And Don Nelson got him anyway with the 7th pick. What would have happened if Don wasn't there, Riley?
That's a big what if. That's a big what if, Jack.
I know. It's nuts. It makes me think, man. It's like, holy moly. So they drafted him anyway, and they got a Hall of Famer, legend, one of the best shooting guards ever, Steph Curry. So Don Nelson, happy trails to you, sir. Thank you for all the memories. And then I got another guy from my childhood that passed today, Riley, and that's one Mr. Tommy John. Tommy John, as a lot of you know, is the guy that's known for the surgery, the Tommy John surgery. Back in the 70s, these ligaments were getting damaged all over the place, and it was ending careers of major leaguers, college players, all baseball players. When you had them ligaments go, it was your career. Well, doctors started trying to do operations and experimenting. Well, Tommy John got a doctor say, hey, let me do it this way. They're not doing it right. Let me do it this way. So they hooked it up, and lo and behold, that surgery is called Tommy John. And Tommy John had more wins post-surgery than he did pre-surgery. So I feel that's pretty phenomenal. And Tommy John gave us a hell of a ride as well. He pitched for the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Angels, the Oakland A's, the LA Dodgers, the Chicago White Sox, and the Cleveland Indians back then. 1974 is when he had that surgery. Heck, your parents were alive in 74.
That was the year my dad, or I think my mom was born in 74.
Okay. Yeah, I was probably about 7 years old. But I do remember Tommy John. I mean, he pitched a long time. They called him the Bionic Man. 26 years, man. Unreal. Only a four-time All-Star. I think he was slighted several years. But yeah, that's what I got. Just to say happy trails and thanks for the memories to Don Nelson and Tommy John. So, you know what's going on now, Riley? Get ready to jump off this week as well.
Is this the Little League World Series?
Yes, indeed. And I think both of us are great fans of the Little League World Series. What is it about the Little League World Series that excites you?
I mean, I think we talked about this last week. I feel like every little leaguer at the time wants to play a Little League World Series. I mean, I certainly did. I always wanted to go to Williamsport. I wanted to play on ESPN. I thought it was the coolest thing. I think the kids getting the recognition to play baseball. It's the fans that come out on the lawn, sliding down on the cardboard boxes.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a game that gets played with two major league teams come to Williamsport and the players interact with the kids. And I think it's an awesome experience all around. But just, and you see a lot of coaches and players now that they talk about them playing in the Little League World Series. So it's awesome to see kids come together and play baseball. It's not like college or the league where they're getting paid to play. They're just doing it out of the fun and love of the game. And I think it's awesome. Meeting guys overseas and staying in the village. I think it's just such a cool experience.
Yeah, definitely. And the game when the major leaguers come, I believe that just started. I'm not going to put a time on it, but I think about 7 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark. And this year, it's going to be a couple new teams. It's going to be the Milwaukee Brewers and the Atlanta Braves will be out there. And they're amazed by some of the plays these kids made. These major leaguers sit in the stands, hang out with the other little league fans, watch the games. They have so much fun being there. And a lot of these major leaguers didn't get to play in this either. So they're just blown away. And then you got, Todd Frazier, former Cincinnati Red. He was a big Little League World Series hero in his day. I believe that was in the 90s. And he's still blown away by Williamsport every year. And he's a guy that actually had success in it, but it still blows his mind to be there every year. So the teams involved that qualify this year, the Great Lakes region is going to be West Side Little League, and they're out of Ohio. The Metro region is going to be Bayonne Little League out of New Jersey. Mid-Atlantic, East Side Little League out of Pennsylvania. And the Mountain Paseo Verde Little League out of Nevada. Then we're going to go Midwest, Davenport Northwest Little League out of Davenport, Iowa. New England, Joe Lazaro Little League. And they're out of Massachusetts. And then in the Northeast, you got Soundview Little League out of Tacoma, Washington. The Southeast, you got Phoenix City Youth Baseball Little League. Could you get your name any longer? So they're actually out of Alabama. The Southwest region is Barn Little League out of Texas. And then you also have you also have the West region, and this is the name I like, Sweetwater Valley Little League. Hey, baby, I play for Sweetwater. Don't that sound like a good name, Riley?
I like Sweetwater. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. I don't know why it just kicked me out, but we're
It's
back.
fine. Jump in. I mean, we got West Side, we got East Side, then we got Sweetwater. So, yeah, I kind of like East Side because I was East Riverdale back in the day, but we didn't have labels like that. We kind of self-called ourselves East Riverdale. But, yeah, it sounds like the United States side of this bracket is pretty stacked, and regionals were off the chain. I saw 2 extra inning walk-offs in regional finals, and the games were just so close. And it was teams that beat teams previously in regionals that kind of matched up again later. So it was button heads all the way through regionals. And these kids been playing ball. I'm talking tournament back against the wall type ball since late May. So it's a lot of work for these teams and a lot of commitment for these teams and their families too to get to this point. Over on the international side, we got Asia Pacific region, and that's going to be Westsu Little League from South Korea. The Australian region is going to be Ride Little League out of Sydney, South Wales. Canada region is going to be Little Mountain Little League. Vancouver, British Columbia, beautiful area Vancouver is. The Caribbean. Now, I think it's what it says. Los Nacionales Little League out of the Dominican Republic. That sounded right. Nacionales. And then Curacao is the Pariba Little League out of Curacao. Europe, Africa region is going to be South Czech Republic from Czech. And then in the Japan region is going to be Jodo Little League out of Tokyo. They've been here before. Latin American is going to be Del Aquila out of Nicaragua. And I said that pretty good. Del Aquila. I said that good. Yeah, Riley, that's my thing. My thing is I can't say a lot of these foreign names, even whether it's Russian hockey or Dominican names in baseball. Sometimes I can't get them.
Yeah, I mean, there's some names I don't know how, and then you say it how it looks, and you're too far off, and it's not what you wanted to say at all. So,
well, my guy Matty Ice, he has a segment where he brings me on and another buddy of mine, and we go head to head like Jeopardy, trying to pronounce Russian hockey players' names. And it's, we got a point system and a bell, ding, 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 ding. It's hilarious. And we'll probably do it again this year. So the last team for this international side of the bracket is the Mexico region. David Dolquita Little League out of Panama. So, the internationals, they always come with some gas. You don't see too many pushovers in the international side. So I'm looking forward to see some good ball, but I'm really looking forward to seeing and possibly picking, let's go Great Lakes or West to win it is my thoughts. But let's watch a little bit of ball, and maybe we'll come back on it next week and we'll see if the thoughts are the same.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, let's just go ahead and keep rolling while we're on the topic of baseball. Let's talk a little MLB, Riley. This is your wheelhouse.
Oh, boy, is it my wheelhouse. This is my bread and butter. But, gosh, this AL wildcard race, I feel like everybody who's in sports is talking about it. As an Orioles fan, I'm representing today with my polo. But, man, if you told me a week ago that we would now be in the last wildcard spot, I would have said, what are you having right now? Because you're not thinking straight. But three straight wins against the AL leading Tampa Bay Rays, who came into this series winning 9 straight games. And I mean, it's kind of insane. Of course, the whole AL, there's about 8 teams that are within 3 games back of the wild card in this AL race. I mean, it's stuff you don't really see. It's keeping it exciting, though. I'll say that. I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
Orioles team has looked pathetic, and I've said that multiple times. Um, and I feel like every time I stop believing, they give me another reason to believe. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. Anything could happen. We're playing 10 straight games versus divisional opponents. After tomorrow, one last game with the Rays, 3 against the Yankees, and another 3 versus the Rays again. So it's something.
Definitely. No, I always feel, the Orioles have been an up and down squad for a good little while now, and it's frustrated a lot of us fans. But I've learned you can't get 100% frustrated till September, into August. So it's getting to be about that time now, and they're making a move. So, yeah, baseball's a long season. It's really tough. Uh, and it can be a roller coaster ride when you're with an organization like the Orioles. Um, they brought in some big bats, but we still need pitching. I still feel pitching is our weakness, even though not everybody's hitting. Have you checked on the side of a milk carton lately? Have you seen Gunnar Henderson on there? Because where has he been?
Well, listen, speaking of him, actually, he's been god awful this year. I mean, he was supposed to be the superstar of this team. He was supposed to lead us to the promised land. It was supposed to be him and Adley. But this series, versus the Rays on Friday, they moved him down to the 5th spot for the first time this season. He was always, if you know, he was hitting that 1 to 3 spot. Now in the 5 spot, he went 4 for 4 Friday night versus the Rays. Last night he was low in the lineup as well, and he did really good. I think he collected 2 or 3 hits. And then today they moved him back up, and he had some hard contact. He was robbed a couple of times. He should have had a triple, but a phenomenal play by the Rays center fielder. But I mean, it was kind of like this Orioles offense was just stagnant. In the early August, they had 11 runs in 7 games, which is just awful. You're just averaging just a little over a run per game, but they scored 10 runs today in Tampa Bay versus a Rays team that it's hard to beat the Rays in the Trop. So I'm as shocked as I think any Orioles fan is, or anybody in the league is. But of course, now that I'm saying I'm believing, watch us lose the next 7 games. So,
well, it is a game of runs. There's no doubt. I don't know, man. I just don't feel that the Orioles made any really good moves in the free agency last minute. Besides getting rid of Adley, I thought we should have picked up a few instead of being dealers. Because look at where a few wins took Baltimore. But I think Baltimore might have already said, hey, never mind, better luck next year. And then, get rid of Adley, and then we pick up a few wins. And now look where we're at. We're sniffing the tail end of a possible wild card. I mean, neither one of us should get too excited yet, but it's a good place to be in. It's a good place to be in.
It is, and like you said, I thought we were going to be buyers too. We came back from 7-0 to the Tigers, and then we played the Phillies, and it was just tough 2 losses to end that series. But I've never been a big Mike Elias fan, and I could talk all day about the Orioles and Mike Elias, but we did all this before pre-2023. We sold, we got the pieces, we called them up. Here we go, 101 wins. Okay, next year's a little more of a down year, but you're still getting to the wild card. Host 2 home wild card games against the Royals. You get swept. 6 playoff games. You can't win a single one in 2 years. Then in 2025, injuries. And then this year, it's just been like a little bit of injuries, but it just seems like you go out and get somebody like Pete Alonso, thinking this is going to be a World Series contending team. And at the All-Star break, thankfully the AL sucks. You still have a chance. You're 3 games back before the All-Star break, but you're winning series, then you're getting swept. It was just bad, and it's like, are we going to be sellers or are we going to be buyers? We were like kind of teetering in the middle, and then once we traded Adley, I was like, we're sellers. I'm never watching this team again because I was a big Adley guy, and I feel like everybody in Baltimore was. And nobody really liked Elias at the time. I still don't think anybody really likes Elias. I certainly don't, and I'm not afraid to, say why. But man, it's just frustrating. If we got some pieces to put together that lineup a little bit more, get some more guys in the back end of that bullpen before Bautista comes back, it's right now we're kind of just mixing pieces together. Catching has been a problem. Pozo, who was catching today, he's brought the energy. He's been fun to watch. Narvaez, he's been really good behind the plate. Hopefully his bat warms up. But, man, it's just like what could have been season, if this team doesn't make the playoffs.
No, definitely. I'm looking at the AL East right now, and to see the Birds 13.5 back from Tampa, yet you say holding on, scraping on that last wild card. But, geez, if the Birds were in the Central or the West, they'd be 2 games out.
It's insane, right? It's insane. I mean, you look, the White Sox, they're 65-58. The Astros are 63-61. And I think you swept the Astros coming out of that All-Star break. So it's kind of like if you were in a different situation. But again, if you put the Orioles in the NL, that flips the script completely because if you're in the wild card team, you're well back. I mean, you look at the teams in the NL compared to the AL, so it's kind of like pick your poison, But the Orioles right now should not be worried about the top of the AL. I think they should just be worried about trying to fight and scrap into that last wild card spot. I mean, Boston somehow came out of nowhere. What? They won. I don't even know what it was. I stopped paying attention. 17, 18, that was probably more than that straight games. And the Orioles finally beat them. But, man, it's just if we could just put together some pieces at the trade deadline and go on a run, it's just frustrating. But it's awesome to see them. It's so much more fun when this team is playing good baseball. It's good when any team's playing good baseball. But I feel like Baltimore fans have had the brunt of it. Especially on the baseball side this last decade. So I'm hoping, and I'll still, unfortunately, root for them here the rest of the season.
Well, Boston did that big 17, 18 game win streak, but then you look at them now, they've only won 3 of their last 10.
Yeah.
So, it's a hip, hip, hooray, down, you know what I mean? So I think before they won that 18, they were so far behind the door in last place that it doesn't look like them wins were as big as they actually were. And then you turn around and lose 3. But if you look at the West, you said Houston 63-61. Is it possible whoever wins the West might be under 500?
That'd be pretty embarrassing.
I've never heard of it.
I mean, that's like that one year in the NFC East where every team was basically under 500 with the Eagles, the Commanders, the Cowboys, and the Giants. They were all under 500 that one year. I think it was the Commanders, or maybe they were just the football team then, back in, 21, 22 or something like that. Who was Heineke, I think, was the quarterback then. And you guys played Tampa Bay in the wild card, and you gave them a run for your money, the Tom Brady-led Bucks at the time.
We did. We almost got them.
Yeah, but, man, that would be something. But like you said, it would be a different world if the Orioles were in a position like where the Astros are in. But again, it's also like, what if you drop them in the NL? I said, it's pick your poison. But man, the Orioles, just I think a week ago, you lose the series to the Rangers, which would have been a huge series to win. Then you play the Twins, lose the series to the Twins. Dean Kramer, 1 run in 7 innings. A guy that gave up 14 earned runs in 2 starts.
Yeah, that's usually how the cookies crumble. Yeah,
I was rooting for him too. I was like, this team deserves to get 3 hit by Dean Kramer in 7 innings, who's got 5 earned run average. That was pathetic, but it's baseball. Anything's possible.
But something else I'm noticing though. You remember how Colorado, Chicago White Sox, let me think of another cellar dweller in previous years. They were all very minimal wins, man. And It doesn't seem that bad this year. I mean, if you look at Colorado, they already got 50 wins. I mean, market, it's only 50 and 74 losses. But they got 50 wins. It seems like they're getting more wins, these last place teams. And as you said, though, the National League in the East, you got the Braves 7.5 up on the Phillies. As long as everybody's on top of the Phillies, that's all I want. I thought the Marlins were going to make a move there, but Atlanta's up 10 on them. So, and the Nationals 15 back. Nationals just, I don't know, man. They need to find some get right. They ain't been right in a while.
Yeah, I mean, they started the season out not bad. They started the season out not bad. They were at 500 for a bit, and they were just teetering around 500. You got guys like James Wood, Nasim Nunez. I mean, they got some pitching as well, but it's another one of those teams where it's just like you could have been more buyers at the deadline. You could have bought in, but I feel like the Nationals are kind of like the Orioles of the NL. People have said, that the Nationals and Orioles, these DMV teams, kind of all the same. But again, the Nationals haven't been that great since 2019 when they won the World Series. But man, I thought earlier this season, when the Orioles were just pathetic, I was like, I need somebody to root for, and I'll pick an NL team so I don't really have to root against the Orioles. And I was like, I'll do the Nationals. And then they went like 3-10 or in the next 13 games or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's baseball, so anything can happen.
If you need an NFC East football team to root for, you can root for the Cowboys.
Don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, no, with your backwards mojo.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I'll start rooting for the Cowboys, Steelers, everybody but the Ravens.
Yes, sir. So yeah, like I say, and the Mets, they're pulling up the rear, and the Mets the Mets weren't supposed to suck on paper at the beginning of the season.
I mean, you pay $700 million to somebody, you're supposed to be over 500.
Right.
I mean,
right.
It's people don't have good seasons. You have a down year. I mean, they have Carson Bench, who's been phenomenal in right field. I love their new pitcher, though, in the bullpen. Jan or whatever. He does this. I think his name is Jeffrey Jan. He jumps up probably 5 feet in the air after a strikeout. I don't know if you've seen it, but I would search up videos of him because, man, it looks like something out of MLB The Show, or it does not look real. It's the funniest thing ever. And I watched one of their games the other day. I think it might have been last night, and he struck out a guy, and he jumped up and, like, did his little dance. I was like, that's what baseball needs. They need this energy and stuff. And I think people like to make fun of the Mets. But, yeah, they're also having a down year. I mean, Lindor's having a down year. So there's just another one. I mean, they got rid of Pete Alonso. So this is what happens.
Well, I tell you, Riley, staying in the National League, you want to go to one of the hottest teams in baseball, one of the hottest teams this season, and that's them damn Milwaukee Brewers. The Brew Crew is looking good. 77 wins so far.
How about them Brewers? I mean, they've kind of been a team that's like always been a wild card, been in the divisional race. But I mean, last year I think they lost to the Mets in the wild card. So again, it's kind of surprising to me how that NL leaders are stacked up because the Brewers 77-48, like you said, Braves are 74-50, and the Dodgers are 74-51. But again, you see what the Dodgers have, so I don't think. I mean, if the Brewers play the Dodgers in a 5-game series or even a 7-game series at that, I see the Dodgers beating the Brewers just because of the rotation.
Right. That's what I was looking at. You're right.
That's the difference. I mean, you can be so good in the regular season, but again, everybody's like, oh, the Dodgers, whatever, I don't know what they are in their last 10. I'm trying to see, but 5-5 in the last 10.
Dodgers 500 right now, the last 10.
And they lost 7 straight a couple days ago. So, yeah, I don't know.
Riley, I'm going to take a little quote from my guy, Matty Ice, and you liked it last week. Dodgers just playing with their food, dude. That's all they doing.
Yeah. No, Yeah, their next
But
they play the Rockies now, starting tomorrow too.
mhm.
So that should be
but
interesting.
over in Milwaukee, besides Mizorowski, and Ashby, I mean, the rest of their pitching I feel is just regular.
Yeah,
They got a decent closer with 22 saves. That looks all right. But yeah, besides Ashby and Miz, he's giving up 1.75 now. It's gone up a little bit, but I still take a 1.75 ERA all day.
if you could throw 100 miles an hour over the course of 6 to 7 innings, I mean that's insane. And rest in peace, Tommy John. But we got to bring his name up. Like that's unheard of. He's just a tall, lanky guy. He's got the extension. But also with the Brewers, they are 77-48 leading the NL, but the Chicago Cubs as well. They're not that
Yes,
far
they're
behind.
hot.
They're not that far behind. The PCA-led Cubs.
PCA's got a chip on his shoulder because of how his season started, I feel. He caught a lot of shade in the beginning of the year this year. Whether it was a couple of them fly balls he missed or some really ugly at-bats early on. Everybody, PCA lost it. PCA, is he as good as you say? Well, he's showing you now because I do feel he's playing with his nose down, and he might have got a little comfortable, maybe a little lackadaisical. That's just my opinion. But PCA is nose down. He's grinding, especially that series a couple weeks ago with Ohtani, too, and the Dodgers. He was ready to make a point, and I feel they did. The Cubbies are looking good. But over there, who's your guy? Was it you? No, you don't. Was it Jackson Churio, one of your favorites? Was that you?
I like Jackson Churio. He's not one of my favorites, so that might not have been me. But
Okay.
I'm a Churio supporter. I like him. I
Yeah.
root for him. I think he's fun. I like his last name, and of course, I'm a 17-year-old, and I play the show with my friends and stuff. And he's on my team, so that's kind of gotten a love for him because he hits well. But no, the Brewers are one of those teams. Christian Yelich, of course, he was a superstar 5-6 years ago, but he's not a superstar anymore. So the Brewers don't have that superstar in their lineup. The rotation is good, led by the Miz, but the lineup, it's put together by just good hitters that hit on a consistent basis. And unlike teams like the Orioles, they produce on a consistent basis. And when some guys don't show up, there's other guys that do. So that's just the thing about the Brewers compared to a team like the Dodgers, where you've got Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, like you said, Mookie Betts, who's having a down year, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, those are superstars in the lineup. And of course, they don't even have Will Smith back yet, but
still, he might not be back till September.
Yeah, why do they need him back? Just wait till the postseason at this point. You're gonna make it. I've been
saying.
So
Dodgers shouldn't rush anybody back, and Jackson Churio could be a star of this team. 22 years old, and he's already done tremendous things. I like Churio. I like Jackson Profar, even though he got in trouble with performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
He got a year suspension, and there's a lot of what's his name, Bryce Terang. He's solid, but nobody's 325 batting average. Nobody's 30 home runs. You're right. This Milwaukee team gets its bats when it needs it. Gets the contact when it needs it, gets the runs when runners are in scoring position, and that's what good baseball is about. It's not about batting 335 with 60 home runs. It's about when you do that.
Exactly.
So I like it. And I'd like to see Milwaukee. I mean, shout out to my friends down there in Wisconsin. I got a bunch of guys down there with Jack Sweeney and all you other guys. I know y'all like to see your Brewers come on up in there because you ain't got much to cheer about. Green Bay Packers, they ain't done nothing since Love had something to do with it. But we'll see, Jack.
Yeah, I got family in Wisconsin. That was my dad's side of the family's team because they grew up in Wisconsin before moving down here. But it's something. I mean, I like when it's more small market teams that are kind of up there. Milwaukee's kind of middle of the range, but like teams like Milwaukee and Chicago, seeing them up there. Atlanta being second in the NL, they're not a big market team. So it's kind of cool to see that because the NL wild card, it's kind of interesting with the Phillies, the Padres, the Diamondbacks being just a game back. Somehow the Marlins are only 3 games back of the wild card. That would be really interesting. And St. Louis just 3.5 games back.
The Padres and the Diamondbacks, they always hang out right behind the Dodgers, and they try to figure out which one of them isn't going to the playoffs, is what it seems like. Drives me crazy. And I tell you, we were back to that Milwaukee squad, another ball player that really has a lot to do with what they're doing, and that's the guy behind the dish in Wilson Contreras. He's calling great games. He's producing when needed. I've always been a big Wilson Contreras fan too. So let's go Brew Crew. I'm serious. That's going to be probably who I want to do something from the National League, even though I already done put it on Blue Magic guarantee. Dodgers 3-peat. That's my prediction, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a good postseason before whatever the heck happens next year. Right? So don't take a game for granted.
Well, if the Dodgers do 3-peat, that's going to make stuff definitely more interesting for next year. If a new team wins the World Series, it might help the talks a little bit. But they're going to need a cat, man. They're going to need a cat. You can't have teams out here spending $1 billion on their lineup and this other squad spending $900,000. I mean, and then the Orioles have been cheap way back when. They're still cheap. I mean, I always say you got to pay to win.
Exactly. I mean, we Orioles fans are so excited. The new ownership group, Cal, being part of it, Rubenstein, and only big signing is kind of in Pete Alonso, and that was
Alonso and maybe Ward. I like the signing of Ward, but he's cooled off a lot.
Yeah, Ward is in Seattle now. It's crazy.
That's right. Shipped his ass out too.
Yeah, and Corbin Burns, we got him for a year. He's going. We didn't want to extend him. Hopefully we
extend nobody.
Hopefully we resign someone like Trevor Rogers, who went 7 or 6 innings. I think only 2 earned runs against his Tampa Bay Rays team, but it's the same cycle. It's very frustrating, and I'm starting to catch on a bit. So yeah, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, but yeah, I think a salary cap is needed. You see teams, the NBA, NFL, see all these big teams or big leagues have it. I don't know why the MLB wants to be different. I don't think it really does much for them. Maybe it makes a little bit more money, but I wouldn't say it's the biggest difference where it's that big of a deal to put in the salary cap, But it would definitely make it a lot more fun because, like you said, like teams like the Rockies will be able to make more splashes. I mean, it would just make baseball so much more competitive instead of it always being the same teams up here, the same little cluster that are kind of in the middle of the range, and then just your crappy teams. Because I don't know if there's been a year in the last 7 years where the Rockies have been competitive.
Woo! I wouldn't say so. I'd say 10.
Yeah.
Man, I can't. That's something I'm going to look at after the show because I can't remember the last time the Rockies was. Jesus, all the way back to Paul Walker? Paul Walker? I know. Jesus. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. And I'm looking, same teams and in the National League East, same teams, but the Mets dropped.
Yeah.
American League West, Houston, Texas, Seattle, same teams. Because, the Angels and the Athletics have been anchoring the AL West cellar for several years.
The Athletics had guys like Matt Olson on their team. They had all these guys. They had a really good team. But maybe this new stadium will make them play better, I guess, when they're in Las Vegas.
There's some stadiums coming around, man, in all sports. Buffalo's got a new stadium for the Bills. What was that? Commanders aren't getting theirs for about 4 more years, but there's a bunch of new stadiums coming. And I tell you, I can't wait to have my team with a modern stadium. I remember what it was like when we went to Jack Kent Cooke, as it was called back then, in Rowjon, Maryland, What a phony ass name. There's no town called Valjean. But that was the first couple of letters of his son's names, Jack Kent Cooke's son's name, Ralph and John. So he called it Valjean. And I was there. I was at the 49ers Monday night game. It was electrifying. It was so awesome. And then, I hardly ever stood in line for a bathroom, and that was something keen at Jack Kent Cooke Stadium was we're going to make enough facilities that people don't have to stand in line all day. They can enjoy the game. Well, they made more concessions, more bathrooms, TVs by the bathrooms, TVs by the concessions. And that was kind of the first time I seen that was when the Jack Kent Cooke Stadium was open. And I thought that was the coolest thing. I'm sitting here waiting on my nachos, but I'm watching the game right there. Usually you're like, come on, give me the nachos. I got to go. So I can't wait to see how modern it's going to be down there in D.C.
Yeah, there's a big thing. I'm a big stadium person. Like, I love stadiums. I think it's especially in football, I like the outdoor bowls a lot more than these new roofs. I think the retractable could be a better idea, but I think football is one of those sports where it's awesome to see these guys play in the snow or playing in the rain like a mud bowl. I love that feeling because I feel like that's real football. Of course, I don't like it when I'm sitting in the stadium. Or when it's 18 degrees, it feels like 3 and it's raining and it's kind of turning into snow, but not really. And it's just one of those things where it's like the newer stadiums are a lot nicer. Like the food, like you said, the bathrooms, because some of these stadiums do not have really good bathrooms. Wrigley Field, I went there once. Their bathroom, amazing stadium, but their bathroom was it looked like something at my school.
What do they have there? Troughs?
It was so small. I don't know, maybe 5 to 6 urinals for a stadium that fits 35 to 40,000. Of course, it probably had 5 bathrooms, but man, it was like there was a lot of people in one little room, and as a 13-year-old at the time, I was like, this is kind of weird. So,
okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this season works out, and like I say, September. Then when that October rolls around, it's crunch time. I love playoff anything. When you got the best teams playing each other, I'm all in. That's why I enjoy playoff hockey, even though I'm not a hockey fan. But you got to watch the playoff hockey. It's real. And so we'll see how this comes down. And we will transition over to a little bit of NBA news. And this right here, it's a little personal. This guy was one of my favorite basketball players just by the heart and determination that he had every time he put them uniforms on and stepped on the court. And I'm talking about my guy Brody. I'm talking about Russell Westbrook. They call him Russ. They call him triple-double machine. They call him ultimate competitor. They call him the best rebounding guard ever. Russell Westbrook, 27,176 points, 10,351 rebounds, 9,025 assists, 2,038 steals. Career average 21 points a game. His 2017 MVP season, Raleigh, he averaged 32 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists a game. That's pretty awesome. He averaged a triple-double 4 times, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2020. That's just phenomenal. He's a no doubt first ballot Hall of Famer. 37 years old at the time of retirement. I'm glad he didn't bounce around, wear out his legacy, go to Greece. I mean, hey, I ain't got a problem with nobody earning their paper, but he can earn that much money just staying here being a retired player, in my opinion. and he's got the personality and charisma that anyone would want to talk to him. Westbrook gonna tell you like it is, and you can. Yeah, I remember a game. Oh, when was this? 2019. 2019. His boy just died. A rapper named Nipsey Hussle. So Russ dedicated this game to him against the Lakers. Actually, he was with OKC, and he proceeded to go out and score 20 points, grab 20 rebounds, and kick out 21 assists for a second ever 20-20-20 game. Do you know who had the other one, Riley?
I do not.
Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain. That's Wilt Chamberlain's up there. So for Russell Westbrook to do something like that, and he had 20 points and 21 assists with 19 rebounds, and in the final couple minutes, he went up to snag his 20th rebound, and on the way down, he was just like, "That's for Nipsey," and then he dribbles down court and does his Russ. Russ has some of the funniest little moves he'd do when nobody was checking him. Rondo did the same thing. Rondo used to flip the ball over his head and bounce it off his knee. And then Westbrook got in trouble for crip walking up court one time. And now if you look online, everybody and their mother's crip walking. They teach you how to crip walk online. So, yeah, I'm just a big Russell Westbrook fan. Thank you for all the memories, Russ. You'll always be remembered by everybody because you're the trip dub machine. You got anything to add on Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, I mean, in OKC, him and Kevin Durant. I mean, that was awesome.
And James Harden.
And James Harden was on that team too. Yeah, I mean, them three. But him and Durant had a really good connection. Them two, and then of course, he had that stint with the Lakers where I feel like that was just it was just tough. He came up with the nickname Westbrick. I think that was extremely disrespectful. But yeah, he's got a great legacy. I was actually surprised. I did not think he was 37. I mean, I've never been a big NBA guy in particular, but it's crazy how time just flies. I mean, you see Kevin Durant still playing, but man, it's definitely good instead of him bouncing around each of these different teams. You start to see it with these guys like Kevin Durant starting to bounce. I just said his name 3 times, but Kevin Durant, again, a good example. He's starting to bounce around a bit. And he kind of reminds me a bit of a good NFL kind of similarity would be Russell Wilson. And I'm glad he kind of stopped that train before it went off the tracks,
Okay.
See what Russell Wilson's done. He had that phenomenal career in Seattle, win Super Bowls, and nowadays he's kind of everywhere. He was with the Broncos. I'm just glad both of them now retired.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh was. Oh yeah, God, yeah, Pittsburgh. But yeah, it's awesome to see him finally retire.
Well, you look at Westbrook. He was at OKC, Houston, Washington, the Clippers, Denver Nuggets, and Sacramento. Yeah, I didn't like that Sacramento run. I didn't like that. Even knowing he came to Washington, and I got a chance to take my nephew to see him in Washington, I didn't think he should have came to Washington. I never understood that move. But, yeah, 6 teams in his illustrious career. So, hats off, Russ. You balled out. You balled out, dude. There's nothing else you can say. That man played the game basketball, and he played it at a high level. So, Riley, next we got, one of my not-so-favorite times of the schedule, and that's NFL preseason football. All I wish for during the preseason is minimal injuries, Riley.
Yeah.
But other than, stats and all that crap mean nothing to me in preseason.
Not really.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
No, I mean, it's just like you said, it doesn't matter. And we talked about this before the show. You see these guys ball out, and people are like, oh my God, this guy's going to be amazing. Like, this is the face of the franchise. People like to forget that even though he's a third stringer, who he's playing against are also second, third, and fourth stringers. So whatever they do, you got to kind of take it down 2 to 3 notches. Because it's a little bit different, having some guy that's a walk-on from, I don't know, Frostburg out there in coverage compared to somebody like Richard Sherman against him or something like that. So it's like it's different games from the preseason compared to when things kick off in September. But again, it gives them something. It's a little one up than training camp. It gives them live stuff in front of a crowd. I think it's the best environment for kickers actually because you get to kick with a crowd there with a different group of guys coming at you. But yeah, preseason's never been. Every year, I feel like it's more and more boring. Like Lamar Jackson's not going to be taking a snap this preseason. Guys like Derrick Henry, we won't see him. So I'm just talking about the Ravens, but it's like if you want to see your third and fourth stringers and see guys that probably won't play in the NFL, go ahead and watch the preseason. So.
Yeah. No, and I like that they, it's been a few years now that they've had this rule in there, quite a few, but I remember back when they used to go to overtime in preseason. I'm like, why? It don't matter who wins. Why are we going overtime? And then they nipped that in the bud after a while. But yeah, I used to like the last preseason game back when they used to have 4, and I don't even like the last preseason game that they cut it to 3. I'm ready. I'm ready for opening week. Let's get everybody healthy. Like I said, preseason, you can lose some big time players in these games if you're not careful. And that's why I think a lot of, especially with the money we're paying these cats, a lot of these coaches and general managers are being much more careful with their stars. I wouldn't be surprised if Mahomes doesn't play at all in the preseason.
Him, no. I mean, you see, again, I saw something. I didn't watch the game, but I saw something online. I saw the clip. And John Harbaugh, who's now with the Giants, the head coach there, he started Jackson Dart, and he got lit up in the backfield. And I mean, he didn't just get sacked; he got pummeled in the backfield. So it's like, do you want to risk these guys? Do you want to, have them have these live reps, but at the cost of missing the first 6 games, the whole season? So I've never been fond of it.
JD's still young. Jackson Dart's still young. I mean, I'm not saying the young guys get thrown to the wolves, but I think you got to earn that. I think, Patrick Mahomes, the quarterbacks with 6-8 years experience, Josh Allen's, Lamar, I think they've earned it. Dart being so young, yes, he got blown up, yes. But I think you got to earn that. Not playing in that might be me being an old school guy, but well, look here. Let's just go down the scoreboard from Thursday all the way through, and we'll just jot at the score. If we want something we want to look at, we'll look at it. But first, I got to pay some bills, man. We got to give a shout out to our guys at Chesapeake Landscape Materials over there, 8217 Baltimore Annapolis Boulevard in Pasadena, Maryland. It's getting time to get your yard tucked away for the fall almost. So, you might have some last minute cookouts. You need some mulch delivered, some pea gravel, some stone. Hit my guys up, Chesapeake Landscape Materials, 410-437-7718. They deliver. I'm telling you, the big box stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, they ain't going to be able to mess with Mulchman's prices. So give him a holler. He'll take care of you. All right, Riley. Back here with the NFL scoreboard from the first preseason week. Lions, Bengals. The Bengals came out on top, 16-14. I knew wasn't many of the starters going to play in this game. These two teams are ready to compete for championships.
Didn't Joe Burrow play a bit? I saw he had
I want to say
bit.
2 snaps. I was thinking not much. I mean, passes. I think it was 2 passes.
Yeah.
My computer is not showing me. Joey B. Oh, this is the wrong stats. See, this is season stats. I wanted game stats. When I'm running on a split screen, it's like my computer wants to go half as fast. like it really knows I'm on split screen. So, okay, I think Joey B might have played a series. Any of the main quarterbacks, you didn't see much more in the series out of them. So that's what I've heard. I didn't watch every preseason game. I think I watched 2. So, yeah, 16, 14, and was that one late? My computer's not loading, man. I can't read nothing, dude. You got it up, Riley? All right, here it is. Yeah, Cincinnati kicked a field goal to win late. That's how that game ended. So, Burrow. It's not the right. Oh, here box score. Sorry for this, folks. My computer is acting up. I see Altmaier threw for Detroit. He got majority of the passes. He ended up 13 for 22 with a piddly 53% rating, 53.2. That's terrible. Oh, yeah, that's what I was looking at in Cincinnati. Yes, Joe Burrow, 5 for 6, okay? But they got Josh Johnson over in Cincinnati, the world's most years as a damn backup. I mean, he's like 15 years in the league now, Josh Johnson.
He was the Ravens for a while. He's probably tried to coach every single team.
He's bounced back from Washington and Baltimore. He was with Washington during one of the scab seasons or strike seasons or something. But yeah, Josh Johnson, and he didn't have a terrible game. He did better than Joe Flacco came in, did solid, got a touchdown. Sean Clifford, bye, Sean Clifford. You're not the quarterback of this team. Damn, the numbers stuck. So yeah, Josh Johnson, hats off to you, sir. He was over here on Kent Island 2 years ago with Marshawn Lynch, and they went out on a boat over at Kentmore. And they came back in and ordered crabs and rockfish, and my daughter was the waitress there, and she served Marshawn.
How about that?
Yeah, pretty neat. She's like, Dad, Marshawn. I was on live. It was a Sunday morning. I was on live with the Sports Junkies, and my daughter texted me, Marshawn Lynch is over here. I'm like, what? She goes, I said, hey, fellas, Marshawn Lynch right down the street. They're like, oh, go see him, do a live check-in. And then my daughter goes, but don't tell nobody is the next text. I done told the whole world.
Oh, man.
So, all right. Steelers came out and put some offense down, but I don't believe none of that was from Aaron.
No, not at all. Drew Aller did have a good game, but that's really all it was.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, Drew threw two touchdowns with a 154 passer rating. Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. All 3 quarterbacks for the Steelers did well. If you look at it, all of them got a rating over 100, even on the preseason. Tyrod Taylor, Tyrod. His name is Tyrod, not Tyrod. Never knew that until I heard him say it. Jordan Love threw a few balls. Nothing big here, like we say. Bunch of guys just trying to make a roster spot. So Pittsburgh put some points on the board. Who we got next? Colts, 13-13 tie. I saw a little bit of that game. Next, Arizona Cardinals. I'm telling you, I think that boy Love is going to be money over there. I just don't know who the hell is going to be the quarterback over there in Arizona. But I like Jordan Love. I'm not Jordan Love, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. That running back is money. And the Raiders, they got a lot of pieces with Genty and Brock Bowers, and Mendoza. I mean, they got some nice pieces, but I think they still need
a lot of little holes all around this team. So you can't call them contenders just yet.
No, as well as in the front office too. You know, the coaching staffs, all of it still got to be put together. But I feel they got some of the right people up top. I mean, how can you go wrong with Touchdown Tommy in your organization? In my opinion,
Yeah.
I got a word on him, and Aiden O'Connell's still quarterbacking. Well, that boy ain't in the unemployment line. And Gardner Minshew, and Jacoby Brissett threw the ball around for Arizona. So that is what that is. I would like to see the Raiders be prominent again, because that fan base is just loyal. I mean, as bad as the Raiders have sucked, that fan base is loyal. And anybody can come out and wear all that face paint and headgears and spikes that them fans wear. Hey, kudos to you. We got the Chargers over the Texans, 27-7. Titans defeated the Niners, 19-13. Broncos came out 27-7 on the Falcons. I don't know what the Falcons are up to. I wish Penix was healthy, because I think Penix can win. What do you think about Michael Penix out of Washington?
It's more of what I think of Tua Tagovailoa compared to Michael Penix. I mean, the second snap of the game from Tua, he fumbled it. I think he had 24 yards offensively. I don't know how many series, but it was a rough day from Tagovailoa. I think Michael Penix is the guy there. I don't know what that organization is doing, because they got Kirk Cousins and they drafted Penix, and now Penix looks like the starter, and now you get a guy like Tua who has been struggling. So I don't know what's going down there in Atlanta, but they got pieces. So.
Pieces. They got pieces.
Yeah.
I'm not a.
They got Drake London. They got.
He's a beast.
Drake London, Bijan Robinson.
Bijan. Yep.
Kyle Pitts, he had a not bad season last year, finally.
Need a QB.
The defense isn't bad. It's pretty solid. So I think Atlanta can do stuff. They were in the kind of the hunt last season. But, yeah, it was just one of those games. I mean, it's preseason, but if Tua can't do that, if Tua's doing that against preseason third string and fourth string, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, I've never been really big on Tua. I think Tua's too small. I think Tua's hands are too small. Not a Tua fan. I'm not a Tua fan. And what's that other boy that left there? I'm not a Kyler Murray fan. I think he's too small too. Quarterback, man. Quarterback, 6'4", 230. You know, that's my build for a quarterback. 6'4", 6'5", 230. Not 6'1.5", 6'3". Not everybody can be Doug Flutie. You know, and the key thing for these small quarterbacks is these linemen are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you can't see over top of them for the cross routes. So, yeah, not a big Tua fan. So, what we got next here? We're going to go Bucks. Buccaneers, Jets. Are the Jets going to be the punching bag again of the NFL? The joke masters? Are we going to be making them the butt of all jokes again?
I believe the Jets. Brees Hall. I mean, don't know why they got Geno Smith. That was – I'm not going to talk much about the Jets. But, I mean, you can only be bad so long, I feel like. So.
Okay. You tell Dallas and Washington that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Washington, we got the Commanders over the Dolphins, 20-7. Team I follow, the Commanders, been a fan since 71. You know, I should say out of the womb, but 71, 72, back with the Over the Hill gang, Coach George Allen, Sonny Jurgensen. That was my welcome to the Washington Redskins. But Sam Hartman got to go find a job at a supermarket or something, because I'm sorry, Sam Hartman, I don't feel is a good backup. Mariota, I just learned, injured his knee in this game. And this other guy, Collick-Manis, do you know who that is, Riley?
McManus?
Collick-Manis. He is 2026. Oh, he's our round 7 pick, quarterback. Okay. Why I'd have picked a goddamn lineman with that. I mean, what do you think you're going to get? Another Tom Brady? In the late rounds? So, yeah, I don't even know who that cat is. So, he didn't do much. So, and Miami, which direction is Miami going to go in? I mean, is it going to be Quinn Ewers or is it going to be Malik?
I like Malik.
See? Malik. Me and you going to do this year. I like Quinn.
I like Malik.
Yeah, I'm going to find out. So, they still got A-Chain as their running back who just seems to not be able to get a break. He constantly gets these little tweaking injuries that linger with him, it seems. And my guy, the Skins running back drafted this year out of Penn State, Katron Allen. Like I tell all my boys, man, we had this dude named Katron around my neighborhood when we were little. Yeah, when Katron came, everybody ran like the dude on the movie Friday. What was his name? Debo. Did you ever see that movie Friday? But they had a bully called Debo, and he used to bust you up and take your gold chain and take your chips. And well, we had a guy named Katron in my neighborhood. When you heard Katron coming, we go pew. So that's why I like this kid, Katron Allen, out of Penn State. Plus, I seen him play live twice last year. The boy's sick. I'm telling you, he's going to take Krosky Merritt's job. I swear to God, mark my words on this one. Katron Allen will be the starter for the Washington Commanders by week 3. That's my prediction. Sticking to it, Riley.
That's bold. That's bold.
Got to be bold. You can't do no okie doke around here. If it don't happen, that was just my opinion. You got one, I got one, Riley got one, everybody got one. So Saturday, the Panthers and the Bills hung 29 on them in the preseason. Woo, cookie. And Allen threw 8 passes, completing 6 for 111 and a touchdown. And that's probably the last of his action that Josh Allen's going to see for the season. Carolina's got some decisions to be made over there, man. What do you think Carolina's going to be able to do this year? You got any thoughts on Carolina?
I'm a big Panthers guy. I actually had a hot take before the season last year that the Panthers would make the playoffs. Everybody laughed at me.
Wow.
Everybody said that's stupid. I'm a big Bryce Young fan. I love his story. I love Bryce Young. But I'm looking. They got an interesting receiving core, but it's again kind of like solid guys that you can count on. Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. But yeah, I mean, again, you can't tell much about the preseason, so
right.
That's all I got.
Right. Okay. Look like Buffalo welcomed DJ Moore in with open arms, though, man. What a pickup for the Bills, man. They needed a wide receiver like that, and I think,
Coleman.
Yeah, Keon could be a one for a lot of teams, but I feel Keon kind of sold it short a little bit last year. I think he could have done more, but we'll see what kind of season he has this year. Buffalo Bills, of course, I expect them to make noise again. And can Josh Allen get over that hump and get to a freaking Super Bowl? He's AFC champion and bust, right?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And then this next matchup was Cleveland versus Chicago Bears. The Bears hung 34 on Cleveland. Like I say, did everybody quarterback for Cleveland in that game?
Probably. I mean, you look what they got. It's rough.
They started Deshaun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not a Browns fan. That's all I'll say.
Deshaun didn't look bad. It looked like he might have held the ball. He got sacked twice. 11-15. Shador, 6 out of 11. Shador threw an interception. Dylan Gabriel threw an interception. I'm not a Dylan Gabriel guy neither. I don't know why they drafted him.
Yeah.
Over on the Bears, Case Keenum came in and wow. The Bears going to be scary. Last year, my guy Matty Ice picked the Bears to go to playoffs and all that, and he was spot on that. I never would have thought that, but the Bears offense really turned around and looked good last year. He's got a nice tight end over there. What is that, Komet?
Yeah, Cole Komet.
I like him a lot. Caden Davis, they picked up, I believe, is a new wide receiver of theirs. So, yeah, watch out for the Bears. I think everybody smells them coming this year. It's not going to be a surprise like last year. But, hell, they've been working on that organization for a few years too. Riley?
Yeah.
So, we got Vikings, Giants, and G-Men, like we were just talking about. The atmosphere down there is different. The feel around camp is different with John Harbaugh there. Harbaugh's one Super Bowl for Harbaugh?
Yeah, he won one with the Ravens. I don't know what his coaching stint was. I know he's like a special teams coordinator for the Jets before he was with the Ravens, so I don't think he got much
I was just
Jets. But yeah,
I just couldn't remember how many he got with the Ravens, but it was one. And he's always been winning down there, in Baltimore. So he's bringing that up to New York, and with the young hype of the players they have in New York with Scatbo, Dart, wide receiver Neighbors.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. I mean, them three right there are enough to just open eyes. And get that defense straight over there. They could do something in New York. So I've seen some people on some of my NFL podcasts I've been watching that have picked the Giants to win the NFC East. That's nuts.
You got the Eagles in that division. I mean, you see all the stars they have. Commanders shouldn't be awful. Cowboys have stars as well. So that's a hot take. Anybody in that division could really run away with it. I think it's whoever stays healthy.
Bingo. Yeah. I think that can be an evenly paced division unless the injuries get the best and one team just takes over the division. So let's see where that goes, man. Jaguars, Saints. Jags 24, Saints 20.
Not much happened there. Not many rookies or anything like that. I was just didn't even know that existed, that game. Wasn't many. Tyler Show, however you say his name. I think he played for a bit, but yeah, not much down there in New Orleans.
I like him too. Jonathan Taylor played quite a bit. That surprised me. He carried the ball 22 times. So that was a little bit of a surprise. Maybe that's his last action he's going to see of the preseason. But I was really surprised to see Jonathan Taylor carry the ball that many times.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to your guys and talk about your Ravens over the Eagles. Anything you've seen that you liked from a Ravens standpoint?
No, I mean, Tyler Lute missed a 49-yard field goal. Very frustrating.
That's where he left off.
Right. So, watching the games. I was watching the game with a little bit of friends and family last night, and toward the end, and they scored, I think, just one or two touchdowns toward the end, and every time we had to hold our breath when Tyler Lute came out for the extra point, and people were making remarks like, "Oh, we never did this when Tucker was out there." So it's certainly interesting. Didn't see enough. Jacoby Lane, I think he's going to be an absolute star in the National Football League. Of course, he pays Zay Flowers. He's not going to go out there. There's a lot of second, third strings that kind of were like, all right. But yeah, nothing huge out there in Baltimore that I could really take away other than Jacoby Lane and Ty Lue.
Okay. Yeah. You ain't gonna see no starters from either one of these teams. I don't think this preseason. Philly's got a running back I like, and he could be a running back or a slot. I feel, and that's Will Shipley. Will Shipley played ball at Clemson, and he is just a determined young guy to get better every day. I had the privilege of meeting him 4 years ago, I think it was, and I mean, he was helping me carry stuff to off the field because we had field access and we were doing things. And I mean, he's in his game gear, dude, ready to
That's awesome.
play a game, and he's helping me and my family get off the field. It was like, who is that? And
it's awesome that players are easy to root for. I love those types of guys.
Me
That's
too.
awesome.
Me too, man. So Will Shipley's a guy that I like, and Tank Bigsby. That guy, you gotta watch out. He can do it in the backfield. He can do it out of it. Yeah, he can do all. He can run the ball, catch the ball. I like Tank. So you gotta watch out for that. Did they just pick him up? Because what was Houston?
Tank Bigsby, I don't know where he started. I don't know if it was Jacksonville or Houston, but one of those teams. But yeah, he's somebody to have in the backfield. I mean, I think Jaguars, they can make some noise. I think Trevor Lawrence, he's due for a good year.
Oh, is he? And then that goes back to my Clemson love, man. Trevor, come on, man. But I don't know how he ain't gotten no bigger, man. Dude, still a skinny little twig. But he's another good kid. Dexter Lawrence is another Clemson guy I love. That's just from my time down south. So, yeah, go to all the Tigers out there. I'm sure my sister-in-law would like me saying that. Go Tigers. That's all you hear when you go down there, man. Nobody says hi. When you go greet somebody, they say, go Tigers. And you say, go Tigers. And then you just go on your way.
Yeah.
That's the only greeting there is down south, down there in Carolinas. And then the final game of the first week of preseason was the self-proclaimed America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Seattle Seahawks. Dallas looks, pretty good on paper every year, but they tend to snowball downhill pretty quickly. And whether it's a contract dispute or injuries or Dak not playing good or trading Parsons to the damn Green Bay Packers at the last minute, I don't know when, but eventually the Cowboys are going to snap out of this crap, and I want it to be after the Commanders snap out of this crap. So the Cowboys got Sam Howell, former backup quarterback of the Washington Commanders, in which I don't even consider him a backup quarterback either. I don't like Sam Howell or Sam Hartman.
Wow.
Drew Lock threw the ball for Seattle. I like Drew Lock. I think Milroe's a little too small as well.
Yeah. You didn't really learn much from this game either. Again, this is why just the preseason just slob to me. I mean, it's like everybody gets excited. Oh, football's back. Is it really back? Not really. Because how's it different from training camp when they're doing the practice games like inter squad and stuff like that? So it is what it is. I mean, you can take away one or two things from each team. It was cool. Go back to the Ravens game, learn a little bit about Jesse Minter, new coaching staff. I mean, the Ravens have gone a lot of new things. The New Jersey's not really that different, but I mean, every team you get a little something. You kind of get to see it, and you get excited. It gives you a little glimpse. All right, the season's here. You kind of get to see who's that. Fantasy drafts coming up, so it's an interesting time of year certainly, but I don't have to care for it.
Right. No, I get more excited for training camp to start than I do for preseason to start.
Exactly. I'm the same. Yeah.
Trying to see who's in, who we invited in. But yeah, preseason starts. All I want is injury free. That's all I want. And then, you look at it in camp, we already lost our left tackle over in Washington. So it's time for next man up. Everybody's like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's next man up. These are professionals. So we'll see how that stands up. we are through the NFL preseason week 1 slate and the results. And, little tids we thought, let's just say, I don't have much to say about preseason football, but there's some young players, hopefully, that catch on with some of these teams. And I'm looking forward to the season come September. So,
Yes,
Riley, got anything else before we wrap?
I do not.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk to you one more time about my folks over at Chesapeake Landscape Materials, 8217 Baltimore Annapolis Boulevard. Phone number 410-437-7718. Give them a holler, man. They deliver and they'll take care of you. You get a chance, please go online and check out JacobSloanFoundation.com. Doing great things for kids all over the state of Maryland. No donation is too small or too tall. Every little bit helps. So get on over there and drop yourself a little donation for us. We'd appreciate it. So I'm your guy. They call me the Gentleman Jack sometime, but today I just feel like JC. I'm with Riley McNernal, and we are about to wrap this, and we're going to turn you loose.